In the next 60 seconds, you'll have the names of 2 fiery metal albums to stream, but if you stick around for a few minutes longer, I'll save you the trouble of deciding what you want to do with them. Terry here again with Cast Metal and another full metal review segment. If you like the stuff that is here on the slide next to me in this list, FMR is for you because I review and break down the newest extreme releases of the week from my charts and get them to you here every day. Stay to the end because I also have a third extreme metal album from my own secret collection too, just to say thanks. So, a recap. During episode 36, I revealed Almost Dead's new album, Destruction Is All We Know, and Enterprise Earth's Death and Anthology. And both of them went into my library with a bullet. Both of them are absolutely heavy and fabulous. In any case, stream them for yourself to see if they are for you. So, as promised, first, today I am reviewing 2 albums, Spectral Voice's Sparagmos, and secondly, In Flames bonus edition, Forgone. And they're both up for fresh reviews. Let's start the first, FMR. All right, before I listen to Sparagmos by Spectral Voice, I open the page and I see that there are only 4 strong sounding tracks totaling, get this, 45 minutes. Each track is over 11 minutes long, okay? The album cover artwork, as you can see, is very visceral. It's actually very organic looking. I thought that it was actually real. It's black with bones. It's tremendous artwork. It's actually quite creepy, to be honest with you. But it has beautiful fancy fonts, and it also has their own custom font work for their logo. The album artwork, kudos to the artist who designed this because it's absolutely fabulous. Thank you so much. I love this stuff. I knew I had to have it when I saw the artwork. So my first impression between the album artwork and song titles has me visualizing something kind of ghastly or beastly, something maybe ghosty too. And although it's categorized only as metal in Apple Music, I know they don't talk like we do, so I would predict the genre here to be death metal. This is before I listen to the album, but I'll reveal what I think that the actual genre is after I listen to the album at the end of the show and I compare it to the actual bio. So, first track is over 11 minutes long and it opens like a bizarre, sad or creepy movie would. As the song builds, it reminds me a little of the title track from Black Sabbath's first album, Black Sabbath, the actual song. It's a very disturbing vibe, and I believe that's what they're going for here. The sound is big, like they are performing live in a giant dark cave, and I figured it out that they're going for an atmospheric type vibe at this point. The music, it's slow-paced and it's immensely powerful as it builds up. By the 6-minute mark, you'll hear something quite spectacular. Actually, 6 minutes and 8 seconds, the instruments, they catch fire into a fury of like very dark black metal, and I've never heard anything like this. It's big, brilliant, and it's very tortured. And then towards the end, it softens down almost like a moth going back into the cocoon, like a film going in reverse. Track 2 is a fireball right from the opening into a black or death metal frenzy with that gigantic live atmospheric sound again. And then it changes back and forth into that soft, eerie harmony style again. It almost sounds like a seance, if that makes sense. And then it goes back into thundering and ups and downs, and it flows all over the place. It's unique, big, and haunting. You really have to hear it for yourself. Okay? Track 3, it's consistent with the last track. Bizarre, astral, atmospheric, and bursting with range all the way through. It's very big, very heavy. Lastly, track 4, it completes the cycle with yet more beautiful, airy, disturbing string and percussion work. It's got that big, deep, haunting, growling vocal set. Just a superb song. In a quick summary, they sound like a dark orchestra trying to summon something. Okay. Recording and sound quality was conservative, I found. It was specifically atmospheric and clear, while the production and musicality was highly refined, I believe. These guys know what they're doing. Energy and intensity here was just chilling. Rhythm and tempo was immense, rangy, varied. It was all over the place. Lyrical theme here seems to be gore, biblical, astral, somewhere in that range. Becoming a mainstream act here is not going to be a possibility. I think that all you black metal and death metal deeper types who like to wear dark glasses are really going to be into this album. They remind me of, I really can't think of anybody but one band I reviewed not long ago called Blut au Nord. God, I can't pronounce that, and I know it's French, okay? But ChatGPT, if I look here really quickly, ChatGPT compares this band with Blood Incantation, Tomb Mold, Crypts, Funebrarium, Sulfur Aeon, Disma, Grave Miasma, Crucia Mentum, and Dead Congregation. Sound good? Okay. Okay, that's quite a list anyway. I'm glad that ChatGPT is on the ball. So I described the vocals as this beastly, cosmic, and astral, dark, haunting growling, while the guitars I can only describe as full, sharp, excellent all the way through, and very live sounding. Bass section was big and also live sounding. And finally, the drums and percussion performance was uniquely rangy, very unique, beautiful, powerful percussions, and very complete all the way through. Whoever the drummer is, because I've not looked at the bio or anything, he must have a big drum kit, and he's not scared to use it, or she's not scared to use it. I don't know, male or female at this point. General feeling I had during this session was chilling, like at a dark funeral, and it led me to give this album the very darkest tonality shade and overall color that could only be described as ultra black. Lastly, I rate the temperature on this album as ice cold, in the good sense, that is, and I'm going to give it a seismic reading of 6.66. 6.66 on the Richter scale, get it? 6.66. I'm going to listen to this one with black candles during a hot bath, I'm pretty sure. In summary, my predictions from earlier were death metal. Finally, my reveal, I'm going to say that they are atmospheric death metal, or I'm going to say black metal supreme, okay, with the onions and the sour cream on top. Quite frankly, the official bio, it says death and doom metal. They kept it very simple. I think it's very complex music myself. My favorite tracks, all of them were equal. Very spaced out type music, and I thought it was very enjoyable. Finally, it's going into my library, and I don't think I have a choice. I think they'll come and get me if I don't put it in there. So next up, we have the bonus edition of, let's get to it here, In Flames. Now, they released the official album, this same album, 1 year ago. But I noticed that the album cover, they went to a black and white instead of color, with the red In Flames, and instead of 12, there are 13 strong tracks. The final track is the bonus one. And the album is a total of 50 massive minutes. Album cover artwork, as you can see, is absolutely beautiful. Whoever, thought of going with black and white for this time with the red in it, absolutely smart thing to do. Beautiful, beautiful work. And quite frankly, I know of In Flames for quite a long time now. So it's been a while since I've listened to the original. Okay, this did come out a year ago. So I am going in very fresh here. Now, and it's all because I do listen to a lot of stuff. So because I'm refreshing and I really can't quite remember my first impression this time. It has me visualizing, well, I know In Flames, so it has me visualizing that it's going to be really good to go back and check this out again, especially with the bonus track. Categorized only as metal and Apple Music. They keep it simple. We, on the other hand, we get technical, so I'm going to predict that it's a melodic death metal all the way through. That's kind of where I sit the band In Flames. But beforehand, I'll reveal what I thought their actual genre is. And after I've listened to the album at the end of the show, then I'll compare it to their actual bio, and we'll see if I was on point, just to go through the motions here. Track 1, it opens with strings, guitar, and I think cello. It's very nice, and I'm starting to remember more now, okay? Because it's been 11 months, I think. Track 2 smashes open with In Flames style fury, big, rangy, crushing, high-speed metal, nice harmonies, deep grinding rhythms, and excellent solo work. Yeah, I'm starting to remember more. Track 3, it speeds along. It's big, rhythmic, crunchy, with burning attack and harmonies. Next, track 4 is clean, colorful, yet bursting with musicality. Track 5, thunderous, speedy, deep. It's very strong with amazing guitar solo baked right in there. Track 6 is punchy and huge. Track 7 is a ballad. And it's beautiful. I love the big, deep solo work. It's got a ton of energy. It's got a great flowing feel. Track 8, it gets back into high gear with punchy, rhythmic, and ultra deep metal sound. Track 9 rolls right through into absolutely beautiful, high energy, crunchy, punchy sound. Again, it's typical In Flames. Finally, that's as far as I go. Here's track 10 out of 13. Track 10 is an absolute masterpiece. It's fast, it's rangy, it's rhythmic, it's fast, it's got everything built in. If you're an In Flames fan, and if you haven't downloaded this yet, shame on you, but I'm pretty sure that they're on top of their fan work too. So recording and sound quality, totally pro, okay? In Flames have been around since I think 1990 or something like that. They know their way around the studio. They're professional. Production, musicality, super refined. Energy and intensity, high as always. Rhythm and tempo, completely on point throughout. And the lyrical theme here with In Flames is it's a life and death type lyrical situation. Becoming a mainstream act here is, I don't know if I've ever heard them on the radio. Quite frankly, I don't listen to much radio anymore, okay? So if they're not a mainstream act, they'll probably never become one. And if they are a mainstream act, hey, radio is probably doing that much more richer with them in their lives too. So range and flow of the album is consistent, tracks laid out with absolute care. They remind me in the range of Children of Bodom, although I haven't heard them for a little while either. And then we're going to go to ChatGPT, and let's see what they say. ChatGPT compares In Flames with Dark Tranquility, Soilwork, At the Gates, Arch Enemy, Insomnium, Children of Bodom. Oh, okay, I was on point there. Scar Symmetry, Amorphous, Omnium, Gatherum, and Catatonia. It's quite the range of stars there. ChatGPT is doing so much better than me this time out. Okay, so describe the vocals. Excellent range of fry to great clean vocal work. Well, the guitars I can only describe as crisp, powerful, punchy, crunchy. Bass section was full, deep, and clean. Finally, the drums and percussion performance was tight, very complete all the way around, plenty of snap in the sound. There were some layers, I believe, of adequate sampling or synthesizer work, just to add flavors in there. General feeling I had during this review was it was a white knuckle ride for sure. It led me to give this album a medium light tonality shade. I always got this full in my heart feeling when I listen to In Flames. I really like the sound of them. Um, and lastly, I gave them an overall color of razor steel gray. Lastly, I rated the temperature as hot and a seismic reading of 8.5 on the Richter scale, and I'm going to give myself 20 lashes and pray for forgiveness that I haven't played this enough. It was really, really good to review this band again. In summary, my predictions from earlier were melodic death metal. Finally, a reveal that I stick with my original official bio. It says melodic death metal. This means I was on point. At least I'm a winner there. Excuse me. Favorite tracks were 7, 8, and 9. Finally, I'm going to take this bonus edition and I am going to stick it right back into my collection along with the original one. So in closing, In Flames has been in the game for a long time. They've been in my heart for, since 2007, 2008 or something like that. And I would love to see them live, seen them on videos and so on and so forth. Hopefully, maybe, one day we shall see In Flames live. And that's it for today in another episode of FMR. I am going to dig into my collection, and I think I'm going to match this up with Lamb of God's latest album, if that sounds okay with you. Let's do some Lamb of God, another vintage death metal act out there. So that's it for today, my friends. Remember, please, to support your favorite metal artists. Stream them, engage them on social, buy the merch, see them live, and join me again soon for another episode of FMR. And finally, hit that subscribe button because metal music matters. I just want to do my part and help as much as I can. Set up your notifications so you can get your new album recommendations here first. Cheers and happy Saturday.